number one key ingredient to this game is you have to cut Kenny Pickett loose. You know, not he's a gunslinger for sure, but not total gunslinger. You gotta balance in runs, but you just gotta let the kid play. Like, you can't handcuff him totally. You gotta let him play. Because let's be honest, that defense is not dominant. And the last form of dominant defense that the Steelers have had was 2009. And nobody ever talks about this, but Jadavian Hargrave was probably the last pretty good nose tackle that the Steelers have had. And that dude, he was okay with, you know, stopping the run, but wow, was he disruptive and forcing that pocket right up onto the quarterback, collapsing it. He's magnificent. There's a reason why the Eagles signed him to that money, and he's worth every penny of that. But that's probably the last good nose tackle that the Steelers have had. And I know people like to talk about Tyson Alualu, serviceable, but since, you know, even going back to 2020 when he was there, the defensive line was at his 100% in the Browns game. I mean, they just ran all over the Steelers. They had T.J. Watt in there. They had Tyson Alualu, Stephon Tuitt, and Cam Hayward. Ran all over him. This defense has not been a true shutdown run defense since Casey Hampton was nose tackle. And I understand that it's only 30% that those two big guys play, but that's a huge 30%. You know, if you look at the Buccaneers when they won the Super Bowl with Vita V, they still have Vita V, I believe, but like just a big time nose tackle that just shuts down the run. Right? Oh, that's right, he did get hurt that year, but they also had lots of dudes who shut down the run. You know, the Jason Pierre-Paul, Dominican Sue. Those dudes were true run stoppers. We don't have that. You know, as much as I like Cam Hayward and Larry Ogunjobi and T.J. Watt, they're not true dominant run stoppers. So that's got to be addressed. But so where I'm getting at is they have that working in their favor. This game, where, you know, the Bills don't have a true running game. They have Josh Allen, which the dude's, when he's on, he's very scary. But the defense is just not stopping anybody. You can't stop the run. You can't stop the pass. You can't really pressure anybody. So you have to let Kenny Pickett just play and go be Kenny Pickett, because that's the only hope that we're gonna have with the Bills. You can't rely on the defense. Now, I understand, you know, the first game they were dominant, but last year, first game they were dominant, and then things fell apart. It's the same thing, same story as last year. Great first game, starts to come unglued the rest of the games. So you gotta let Kenny Pickett play. You gotta open up the offense. You gotta throw it downfield. That's because their secondary, Bill's secondary is injured. They got a lot of injuries. So you gotta attack downfield. Whatever you do, you gotta score points. That's the only way we're gonna have a prayer with this game. All right, guys. Shout out to Steeler Nation.